There is a unique muscle work in gymnastics that if you're not doing, don't expect to build real gymnast strength and physique. The good news is that you can achieve a physique and strength similar to gymnasts, except if you skip this important component, which is doing static exercises. Yes, the unique component in gymnast training is the various high-intensity static holds requiring maximal or sub-maximal effort. The muscle work needed to perform these holds is called isometric contraction, which means the muscle or muscles contract but their length doesn't change. Isometric loading is especially important in gymnast training because during various strength skills, some muscles are subjected to extreme stress in a stretched position. Examples include the planche, iron cross, maltese, and their variations. These exercises are not only impressive, but also very effective for strength and muscle building. To make this topic clear, let's look at some basics. In strength training, we distinguish 3 types of muscle work, and let's use the biceps as an example. The first is concentric contraction, when the muscle shortens during effort. For example, during a chin-up, when you pull yourself up, the biceps contract and shorten, and this is the concentric contraction. The second is eccentric contraction, when the muscle lengthens during effort. In the previous example, this happens when you lower yourself from the top position and the biceps is under tension and lengthens. The third is isometric contraction, when the muscle contracts but its length doesn't change. Using the previous examples, this could be a static hold at the midpoint of a pull-up or during a planche lean where the biceps contracts but its length doesn't change during the exercise. To clarify, in terms of efficiency in muscle building, eccentric contraction is the most effective, followed by concentric and then isometric contraction. So as you can see, although isometric contraction is not the most effective, it still plays a significant role in gymnast training and is indeed important. I want to emphasize, my goal is not to prove that isometric contraction and static exercises are the most effective and best for building muscle, as studies have long proven this is not true. My goal is to highlight them because even though they are not the most effective, you shouldn't forget them entirely. They have an impact and benefits from multiple perspectives, which we'll look at now. Most people who train only use concentric and eccentric muscle work, which is understandable since gym exercises and machines are not designed for isometric exercises. However, if you want strength and physique like gymnasts have, you can't ignore isometric exercises either. Ring specialists are the best examples of how important this muscle work is in their training and physique. Ring routines are full of static holds where gymnasts have to exert brutal strength to maintain different positions like the planche, maltese, inverted cross or iron cross. Now, I'm not saying that you need to reach that level and only these exercises can be effective. There are much simpler and easy to learn static skills that also significantly contribute to your physique, are impressive and very fun to practice. In my experience, one of the main advantages of practicing static skills is that they are exciting, add variety, and give a huge boost to your self-confidence. When you hold yourself still in a certain position, you feel real control and strength, which affects your confidence too. This is usually a big plus, but other advantages include developing neuromuscular connection. Isometric exercises help activate and develop specific muscles. A good example is the progressions of a certain skill where you gradually strengthen and develop muscles to perform the skill. Another advantage is improving weak points. Isometric holds can help strengthen certain points in the range of motion. For example, holding the top and bottom positions in a pull-up can help develop full range of motion. Another benefit of isometric exercises is the lower risk of muscle injury. Isometric contraction is less damaging to muscle tissues than concentric or eccentric contractions, causing less muscle soreness. However, it's important to note that especially with straight arm exercises, it puts more strain on connective tissues, so it's recommended to strengthen them gradually. How can you incorporate isometric exercises into your training? First, you can practice various strength skills in the skill block of your training, such as the L-sit, shoulder stand, handstand, elbow lever, back and front levers, planche or human flag. These exercises are not only fun to do, but also provide new stimulus to your muscles and nervous system. I should note that during these processes, you can indeed notice significant muscle growth. According to the principle of specificity, progressing through the steps builds you strength and muscle, mainly with static exercises, to be able to perform the given skill. If someone, for example, wants to learn the planche, they will surely build bigger shoulders while progressing from the initial steps to the target exercise. This is especially true at the beginning of the process, as here we can hold the progressions for up to 30 seconds with high muscle tension. This can bring good results. It's important to note that isometric loading is specific and strengthens only within a limited joint range. Therefore, they need to be built up gradually with progressions. For example, in the planche, changing the body position changes the shoulder joint angle, and no matter how well you can hold the tuck planche, you won't be able to do the full version yet. Outside the skill block, you can modify the execution of the exercises in the main strength part of your training, for example, by holding the pull-up statically in half range or performing pause repetitions when you hold the reps for a few seconds at the top or midpoint. This way, you can change the usual stimulus, allow for longer muscle tension time, and take advantage of the benefits of the isometric muscle work. You can also combine isometric exercises with other methods, such as the eccentric method. An example is holding the top end position statically, then performing a slow negative phase, even with an extra stop midway, which is a great method for practicing one-arm chin-ups. In the gymnastics method system, you can benefit from isometric muscle work in several ways. The first area where we utilize isometric exercises is in the skill block of the training, where you can practice static skills like the L-sit, shoulder stand, handstand, elbow lever, front lever, back lever, planche, or human flag. As I mentioned, these exercises are really fun to do and provide a new stimulus to your muscles, bringing a completely new, exciting area to your training with lots of success experiences. The second area is the main strength part of your training, where you can modify the execution of exercises, for example, statically hold a pull-up or do pause repetitions. In summary, isometric exercises have significant advantages and can help you to achieve a physique similar to gymnasts. Although isometric contraction is not the most effective muscle building method, it's an important extra stimulus that can contribute to your progress. If you want to learn more about isometric exercises and gymnastics training methods, click the link below and get started with the gymnastics method system. If you want the best results the fastest way possible, apply to one-on-one coaching, where you can get 24/7 support and guidance. Or join the gymnastics method community, download the app, become a member, and get access to our programs, tutorials, daily workouts, and much more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and now check out my earlier videos on the end screen.